What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I will say now in advance that, well, I should start by saying that in this video we're going to be reassembling the engine that we took apart with all the accessories that got powder coated. But I will say that most of the process of filming was skipped. You can see this thing's already painted nice and fresh. All the stuff like the head got the refresh, all that kind of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I skipped most of it. Whatever I have, I'm going to put in here now of like taking the engine apart and cleaning. But in today's video, we're going to basically be reassembling the long block and getting everything ready to throw back in the car. So what I'm going to do is take this out of the corner, set up here by the table. You can see all the pieces that have been powder coated. Not everything is here. There's a lot in the truck that I brought from work, but yeah, let's get set up and then we'll start assembling this thing. So what I'm gonna start with is putting the freeze plugs back in. As you can see, I took these out just so I can do a nice paint job, and two, one of them was leaking, so decided I'd just go and replace them. And I did get OEM freeze plugs, so they shouldn't leak, but I'm still going to use some sort of sealant on there just to be safe. Whatever you guys can see. There we go. Slides on there. And now we will go and pray for the best. There we go. Freeze plugs are now installed. They look great. It's definitely a really nice accent. And now let's just take these components out right here so we can install the new ones. Okay, so just clean the deck of this. Here's the head gasket. Now for the brand, this is Rock Auto. So, oh shit. This is Rock Auto. Mostly, I would say like 90% of everything in this video I bought from Rock Auto. At the end of the day, I'm not building an engine for horsepower, and it's a KA, and I just broke the gasket right in half. Wow. What a fucking dumbass. Great. So yeah, be more careful with things, folks. You can end up like me very fast. So yeah, I'm gonna spray this down in copper gasket. I personally like to use it because it makes it like sticky, like tacky. I think it's more like of a insured safety. I don't even know what you call it. So yeah, I'm gonna spray this down and I'll be right back. Just gonna lay this on here gently. Start sticking on my hand. There we go. Lay this down in here. There we go. Here we're gonna use our fresh head bolts, which are also from Rock Auto. All right, so we have got to the torquing stage, which I just looked the Nissan service manual, and I have the specs, so we'll get started on those. So it asks to torque them to 22, then 59, then it says to loosen it, then you go back to 25, and then 89 to 91 degrees, which the manual also says that equals about, I believe it was 62 pounds. I'm going to put the sprocket here, and then I'm going to put the bottom chain with tensioner. Then I'm going to put the cams on with the gears, and then I'll put the tensioner in. And I'm not saying like what I'm doing is wrong. I just may be doing it in a different order that the Nissan calls for, but in my opinion, at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. So the next step is going to be putting the lower timing chain on, which goes from here to this sprocket. And once this is set and done with the tensioner on, that's when I'll start putting the cams in with the gears, and we will take care of the upper chain. So, also got this from Rock Auto. Here is the lower sprocket. I'm gonna use some oil here. Put these things on. There you go. And you see the little dot here for timing mark, which will line up with the chain as well. Before we do that, we're going to install the sprocket that goes on the top, which goes right here. Boom. But first, we have to install this piece, which is kind of what this sprocket rides on. So, give you an example here. You see, spins on that freely. You can see there's like some sort of bearing material in there. And from here, it will go in here. Here we have our new chain, which have the indicator marks, which was I was talking about. These little dark marks will go with each dot here and here. So, bring this through here. And spin this until this mark aligns with here. And as you can see, it's a little hard to put the gear on, so I'll take this gear back out, like so, which we will also align with the mark right there. Here's what I'm talking about. You can see the mark here and the mark here on the colored the chain. Before we continue on to the guides, I don't want to forget real quick, so we're going to torque the sprocket bolt down real quick, which will go to, instruction said 48 to 61. We're going to hit it right at 60. Isn't really a big deal. To me, at least. I guess it's not very specific, so I put it right at 16. Slide that up and we'll do them both at once. There we go. A little snug extra for me personally. We'll give it a little love by hand. That'll be all right. There we go. Now we can do a special moment where we pull this pin. No tension in the belt. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Fancy. So now we will, I guess let's just put the cams in. First thing I'm gonna do is add a good amount of assembly lube. We have here Kelford Cams camshaft and lifter lubricant for our bone stock cams, because why not, you know what I mean? Stuff should be pretty thick. Jeez. I don't expect this stuff to be this thick. It's like fucking grease. There we go, that's better. So I had the triangle, I guess it's not even. The triangle was a little off. And what I mean by triangle is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna spin this cam a little this way, just to get it to align. There we go. This one. There we go. Right there. You'll go, what do you got? Something like this. All right, this is going well, guys. I'm gonna use our God-gifted torque wrench, what we will call our wrist, until it feels good. Click. Click. And that, oh no way, I'm just gonna leave that alone because I got a little loose too quick. I think that's the tensioner. Whatchamacallit. Okay. Yeah, let's not talk about what just happened there. Now these things say 123 pounds. Personally don't think I'm going to be able to do that, but we shall still try. Another one of the things is I don't even know if I have that socket. Actually. Jeez. Ooh, that was a good one. That was indeed a good one. Let's do that again. All right, so our engine is now in time. It's a tiny bit off, obviously, because I just tightened it, but pretty much top dead center, these lobes are gonna be pointing that way. And this cylinder, it's gonna be at the top, which you can't see, but all my marks are here, so I'm gonna check. We got there, there. Can't even see it, but underneath there. And we got the back one, and we got the lower one. So now I'm gonna get working on putting the front cover right here, then we'll put the oil pan, top front cover, and I think we will call it a day after that. And we will come back tomorrow and put the rest of the stuff. All right, we're pretty much done here. It's coming along pretty nicely. All I have to do is figure out what two bolts go here, because I don't remember and they're not in there. So I'm gonna look up real quick what goes there and then I'll be right back. So now we're gonna move on to the oil pan so we can call it a day and get out of here. So let's flip this thing over. Sorry in advance if you can't see. What I am going to do real quick is just So it has something. Oil pump. I'm gonna fill this up real quick. Oh, it's upside down, you know? Hopefully it doesn't start leaking on the floor. If it does, well, let's go. That gotta go. Let that get dry and then I'll give it another snug. I don't want to tighten it all at once and I just squish all the RTV out, so. This thing's looking like a complete engine again. It looks nice and brand new. Now this will all be in the same video, but I'm going to call it a day for today. And we will continue this journey tomorrow where we will try to keep adding more accessories. Decided to throw this thing on there. This is not my official valve cover. I have another one that's the exact same color, got coated. But this one had a bunch of pitting. You could see all that texture. And this right here, I don't really know if you could tell. Oh, you can. This just valve cover is just very oxidized. So, what the fuck? It's very oxidized. Whatever, you get the point. But what we're gonna be doing in today's segment, my goal is to have this on, which is water pump, thermostat housing, this little neck right here, and the oil filter housing. So, and if I get lucky, the intake manifold, but that's probably gonna be a little more complex. So, set the tripod up and get to work. It does feel wrong. Putting this on here. What's breaking? Damage is breaking. Boy. Crank it down in a second. RTV. Go over here. Thread this puppy in. Oh, shit. OE gasket. Good old Permatex, you know? Here we go. All right, so for this one, I am gonna let you guys cook me for this one because I have a paper Nissan gasket, OEM gasket, which is paper. I don't have a lot of trust in them, so I'm gonna put the slightest wee bit of RTV just for, I guess you would call it like what, sense of security? Or just to feel better about it, you know? I don't really trust this on its own, so I'm just gonna dab the lightest bit of RTV just to feel secure. And the ring is in. Here we go.
Sorry.
Oh, in there. There's one more. This should be skipped because I'm impatient and obviously it bit me in the ass, but it's okay because in reality you can't tell. I'm being honest. So we got this. Really in love with this color here. I'm gonna take a brief pause. I'm gonna do a few more things. We'll be back.